Okay, so here we are at the Komiser GitHub repository. So as I said, it's open source project. Anyone can install the project locally or on their infrastructure, or also contribute to the project. So we have a public roadmap, so anyone can know what we are working on, and they can also influence our roadmap, because as I said, we are building a platform for the 99% of developers. So we want their voices to be heard and to influence the product. So you can install Komiser pretty easily. So here we have some installation guide. So basically, you can go to the official documentation of Komiser and you can pick your binary based on your operating system. So once you have the binary, you need to configure Komiser. You can also run Komiser as a Docker image if you want. So we have also a Docker image that you can run either on your local machine or on a Kubernetes cluster. You have already shared the link to our blog post, which describes the different methods to install Komiser. So I want to go cover that on detail, but we can share the link on the YouTube description. And if anyone have any questions, feel free to join us on Discord, and we'll be happy to show you around. So once you have Komiser installed, to be able for Komiser to fetch those resources and to build your cloud asset inventory, you need to connect your cloud accounts. So to do that, you need to create a configuration file, which is basically a TOML file. So on this configuration file, you can define which cloud providers or which cloud accounts you want Komiser to connect to. So as you can see here on this example, we can connect Komiser to multiple cloud accounts and even to multiple cloud providers. So here on this example, I'm trying to connect Komiser to an AWS Sandbox account and a staging AWS account. And also I can connect it to a different cloud provider like GCP or Civo. So currently Komiser supports multiple cloud providers. We support Amazon Web Services, we support Civo, DigitalOcean, Kubernetes also as a container management system, and we support OCI, Linode, and other cloud providers. So feel free to go to the documentation, and also feel free to add your own cloud provider if it's not supported. So I have already installed Komiser locally to save some time, and also I have already configured the config.toml file. So once this is done, then I can access Komiser through the dashboard. So basically here I have access to the Komiser dashboard. So this is what you see when you connect Komiser to your cloud accounts. So here I have the inventory, which is basically all the assets which represent the cloud resources that I have on my cloud infrastructure. And then I can go to this cloud resources and I can identify which resources are the most expensive, which resources belong to each team, to each application, so that I can take some action that will allow me to reduce the cost or improve the security or improve the performance. So let me show you some examples. So here, as you can see, I have 590 resources that are coming from different cloud providers. So let me, for instance, show you the different cloud providers that I have connected for this demo. So here, as you can see, I have connected different cloud providers. So I have resources coming from AWS, from Civo, from Linode, and also from my Kubernetes clusters. Let's see first the resources that I have on Civo. So if I use the filter sets, I can see the different resources, and I can also see the cost breakdown at the resource level. So here, for instance, I have a front-end application that is running on a compute instance, and this is the region and also the name of the account. So you can connect multiple Civo accounts. So here I'm connecting a demo Civo account and a production Civo account, and I can see also the real cost of each resource, which is really useful for developers and also for DevOps engineers, because they can bring accountability to the cloud span, so that now each team and each individual, they can create their own dashboard to monitor the cost and the resources they are using, either on Sandbox, production, or whatever cloud provider they use at the organization. So with those filters, I can create, as I said, dashboards. So let me show you another example on how I can use the filters. So here I'm on Civo. So let's say I want to see which resources that are the most expensive. So I can use the cost filter, and then I can use the greater than operator. So let's say I want to see the resources that costing me more than $10. So here I have two resources that are costing me more than $10. So those resources are resources that maybe I should keep an eye on. As you can see, I have resources that are running on demo accounts. So maybe I want to make sure that those resources doesn't like pass a certain threshold. I can also use tags, which are really a good way to start tracking the resources and also to start like setting up accountability within the team and creating a cost-conscious culture within an organization. So for instance, here I can use like the tags by using the bulk operation to tag those resources. For instance, those resources belong to the SRE team. And now once I have created those tags, I can like use it to create my view, which is basically a dynamic dashboard that will hold those resources that matches those filters and tags. So for instance, here I have several expensive resources, and it will create for me my dynamic dashboard that holds all the resources that belongs to civil and that are greater than $10. And as you can see, this is across different cloud accounts. I can also look for resources that are not tagged, so which is one of the main issues when it comes to cost waste is having like resources that are not tracked. So a good way to do that again is to use the virtual sets. So here, for instance, I can look for tags or for resources that don't have any tag. So as you can see here, I have 560 resources from 21 regions from different cloud providers that are costing me over $400 that are not tagged. So maybe what I can do is I can again search for resources that are costing or driving the cost. Like let's see resources that are costing me more than $10. So here I have 10 resources that are not tagged. So maybe what I can do is create another view to hold untagged resources so that I can tag them or go to the cloud provider console so that I can either make sure if they are still used or like downgrade their size depending on the service type. So for instance, let's say for this AWS Lambda service, it's costing me $64. So what I can do is I can open the dashboard for that particular resource directly from Komiser. So with Komiser, I have everything about my cloud infrastructure that comes from different cloud providers in one place. And from that, I can tag my resources, I can see their costs, and also take actions. For instance, here I went to the cloud provider console and directly to the resource dashboard so that I can verify if this resources is still used or this resources should be deleted or downgraded. So this is like few examples of what you can do with Komiser to empower your team. Like you can also like create tags and make sure that your developers and DevOps engineers use those tags so that you can create like their own dashboards. For instance, I can search like for resources that were created by the front-end team. As you can see here, I have 3 resources. So I have a storybook and I have a CDN, which is used by the front-end team. Then maybe I can save this one as a front-end team view so that the front-end team now can see their cost and also how like the impact that they are having on the financial aspect of the company, and also see the resources that they are having or they are using so that they can make the impact on the company, like cost and also cloud usage, and also like be more accountable on the cloud spend. So yeah, so that's basically like few use cases that you can do currently with Komiser.